I saw this and this was going underreported. I don't know if it's because people don't really connect Mac Walters with anything, but along with Drew Karpyshyn, Mac Walters was a major player in the writing of Mass Effect's world, lore, characters, and really important. And if you like Jade Empire, he like I said, he worked on that too. But he also worked on some duds, although I don't think Anthem and Mass Effect Andromeda are duds for their writing. So I'm not so sure it's his fault. But Dustin, I'll go to you first. What do you think about him leaving? He's in production director, leaving during the production of the game. And I don't know why you would do that. That just doesn't, that just doesn't happen unless there's a reason. You don't just leave. It's important for you to ship your game. And I don't know. I don't know what's going on over there at BioWare. It's a little concerning though.
Yeah, well, the thing that I was going to say, it just seems like something is wrong at BioWare and has been for, it feels like half the time they've been around. Like I remember during the Mass Effect era, it felt like BioWare had a level of prestige in the industry where it's like, oh, it's a BioWare game. Of course it's going to be good. It almost felt like Valve at the time, like they were in the same conversation. Like, yeah, anything BioWare makes, I'm there for. And then something changed. I mean, they got bought by EA, which a lot of people, that's the focal point that they want to point to as that was the beginning of the end. And certainly I think a case could be made for that. But something has gone very, very wrong at this studio where they can't seem to really get anything out of, I mean, I would say even exceptional quality, but even just quality overall. It seems like the last game they had that was really well received outside of the Legendary Edition was Dragon Age Inquisition, which, at least for us on this show, wasn't very impressive. But to be fair, a lot of people really did enjoy that game. It won Game of the Year. But since then, it's been nothing but bad after bad game after terrible game, failed launch. You know, talk about Anthem and Mass Effect Andromeda. It's not been good. And I don't really know what they're supposed to do because it seems like they've tried to turn things around where there was all this stuff about Anthem and how they were going to re-change the direction of that game. And there was a lot of excitement behind that. Anthem next, and then that got shut down. And now this Dragon Age game, which when was that announced?
2018.
2018. What the fuck's going on? They have another Mass Effect game in development.
Well, that's why
also?
I say that it's not. I don't think it's even the original version of the game now. I think now it's just like totally reworked. I think that might even be confirmed from reporting. But yeah, it's a scene over there.
It's sad that your best recent thing you've done is re-releasing your old shit. Like that's just kind of depressing.
Yeah.
And it sucks because, dude, Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3 are some of the absolute best.
Yeah, they're great.
They're great. Best.
No doubt.
And I know a lot of people like Jade Empire too. I've never played that, but it's sad. It's really sad.
Yeah. BioWare's done a lot of interesting, KOTOR and, they have an important place. I didn't play Neverwinter and stuff like that, but I know that they have a place with PC gamers going back even further. I don't have any experience with that stuff, but yeah, interesting turn of events. Chris, do you have anything you want to add here as Mac Walters bids farewell? By the way, quietly from BioWare, it doesn't seem like he really made a to-do about it. Someone kind of discovered it. Although when you make changes on LinkedIn, people they're gonna notice. Are you there?
I'm just, I don't know. The thing with BioWare is that like it's really difficult for me to like I don't even know what BioWare is anymore. And I think Dustin said it pretty well. Like just the idea that like the biggest and most well respected thing you've done recently is just like update your old stuff. I mean, you could make the case that like, what's so impressive about Dead Space remake, I guess, like if so much of that was already amazing, but like I think it's a different thing here where like those games are like some of the best that I've ever played, sincerely. And it's just hard for me to care about BioWare, and that makes me so sad now because like when I read this or when I heard about this news, I was like, oh, all right, whatever. Like it didn't even remotely register to me as anything that was important, quite frankly, because I'm just like, what even Am I excited about the next Mass Effect? Am I excited about the next Dragon Age? No. I never really cared about Dragon Age, to be fair, but like Mass Effect is like, no, leave it alone. We gotta get better at like letting things die.
Definitely.
I think. Like
Definitely.
I think just things are just persisting way too long. And I know that there's like stability in that where it's like, okay, we know that, you know, and I'm not saying like Nintendo has to, you know, take Mario out back and kill him or anything. But
Well,
you
imagine
know,
if that happened.
you imagine they just don't
Mario
make Mario
is
games?
dead.
New Donk
Mario
City's
died.
fucked up, man. Crazy things happen in New Donk.
I hate that name so much.
Me too.
But I don't know. It's this didn't even register to me when this happened. I was like, all right, well,
Yeah, I mean,
reason.
it doesn't really mean very much because, like you said, Bioware doesn't even have a real identity anymore, and it is strange. And I still feel like EA kind of just leaves them alive because I don't think they can manage the bad publicity that would come from shutting them down, because it would just be another example of them fucking a studio up, or at least making it unrecognizable and EAizing it. And I'm not an EA hater per se. I really am not. I like some of what they do, but they really mismanage their talent at a time when talent should have been incubated and supported, and they would be in a much different situation right now if they just did something like that instead of beating shit into the ground and chasing trends and doing all the rest. And the thing about Andromeda specifically was Andromeda came out around the time that I left Kind of Funny, which was a tumultuous time in my own life. And I've always wanted to get back to it. And I think I tried once and I was like, eh. But I do want to like know it for some reason. Like, what is this game? And maybe I won't be able to see it through, but I would like to get back there at some point and just be able to judge it a little more first person, as it were. Anyway, Mac Walters out of the industry for now. I'm sure he'll be back when he wants to be.